Hi everybody, we are here with a timeless reading. For those of you that are new, my name is Gabriella. Welcome to the channel. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing you get very, very confident with something here. I'm seeing the High Priestess. I'm seeing the High Priestess be connected with this. This can be something that you're learning about, something that you're figuring out how to do, something that you're getting better at. For some of you, there's something here about like reading people, or there could be something that you're doing energetically that you're getting better at. I mean, at this point, I'm seeing it be a skill of yours that you have. Some of you are going to do something creative with this. I am hearing tantric. Tantric is like to elongate something. In the like most basic sense of what that is. To draw something out. We're starting with the Hanged Man. Maybe more pensive right now. This has to do with... Okay. Hanged Man, Lovers, Two of Swords. Having the Hanged Man associated with the Lovers is about sort of dropping what you think you know and adopting a new perspective that's connected with you and this person. And only then are you going to be able to see what needs to be seen and also make a choice that needs to be made. But it may be something that is not completely clear to you right now. That's why the Hanged Man is here. Hanged Man is about retiring an old narrative and gaining a new perspective, and like gaining enlightenment through that perspective of a situation that you're in where you can see things more objectively. I'm seeing that having to do with a connection that you're in and a choice that needs to be made. I see the Lovers as being like a general connection, so this can be like any type of connection that you have with somebody. It doesn't have to be a specific type. It's just you and this person together here trying to figure something out. I'm seeing something about McDonald's here. Especially like the colors of it, that yellow and the red. I'm hearing theme colors. I would not rush to make this choice. To have the Hanged Man here and to have the Hermit here and you and this person and something that needs to be decided on in between those things. Your guides are saying that even though this decision involves another person, you need to think about this on your own, away from this person. Meaning, you need to reflect on this independently. So you can really get a feel of what you're feeling and be able to analyze what's going on inside. So yeah, maybe if you're like still like all up in this person's space, it's going to be hard for you to reflect actually genuinely, effectively. And that's why your guides are like, you want to back it up here. Because there may not be something that you're seeing if you're like in the middle of everything being very active. And that's why sort of taking a step back to be able to look in on everything is going to be the key to being able to see what needs to be seen and understand. Because there may actually be something that wants to come out, something that wants to come forward, but you may not know what that is yet. Something's going on between you and this person that is not straightforward at all. I'm also seeing Neptune have to do with this as well. Good old Neptune. Neptune is going to create confusion within a situation. So things can be unclear. There's stuff emotionally that's unclear between you and this person. I'm also hearing unresolved. I'm seeing you looking for answers here. There can be something that you know, but it's more subconscious, and because it hasn't traveled all the way like to the front of your awareness yet, you may just be feeling like a rift. You may feel unsettled but not know exactly what it is, and it has to do with you and this person. I'm getting an activation on the right side. This connects with your masculine energy. This means that like once things come to light for you, you're going to be able to take action, but I'm seeing you know that you need to reflect on something because things do not feel just completely fine, and that's going to indicate to you that you need to go in hermit mode and think about this. There's something here that you're going to realize, but I'm seeing you sort of have to dig through this. It's not something on the surface, and that's why your guides are saying you need this time alone to reflect. Otherwise, this is something that is not going to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed. Otherwise, this feeling is going to be looming and it's not going to go anywhere. So if you want to address this feeling, taking this time to reflect is an absolute necessity. But there can be a decision that would need to be made when things come to light, and you may be still in a space where you want to avoid that. Like, you may not be ready to see something yet, and that's the only reason why. Your ego's like blocking you from being aware of something here. Because you may not be ready to face the music yet. Well, your ego may not be ready. Because, like, you know the deeper truth, but you could be in a spot where you're like, I just want to keep my eyes shut. Just, like, for another minute. 5 more minutes. You about to get that answer. I'm seeing, like, as soon as you go into hermit mode, something becomes very, very clear and apparent to you, and you know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. No question. But yeah, something could have been prolonged because you weren't ready to really sit with yourself about it and look at the situation. And then I'm seeing, like, the moment that you sit down to reflect on this, the truth sort of just like breaks through everything, and it's this moment of clear cognizance. But yeah, maybe you just wanted to keep playing along with this thing and you weren't ready, which it's fine. It's nothing, you know? Meaning there's nothing wrong with that. You weren't ready for something, you weren't ready for it. Sometimes we can be too in a situation with somebody where we like know that it's not going to work, but we don't want to address it yet because we're still like enjoying it. No, I'm not saying that that's definitely the case here, but it seems very, yeah. Maybe it, for some of you, it actually is the case. Like, you could have been, like, really projecting a fantasy onto this situation that was, like, onto this person, onto this relationship. That was not it. But it's, like, protection from your ego, because your ego's like, yeah, you're gonna get what you want. But the reality of the situation is you're not. And I'm seeing you realize something here, like, oh, wow, I really haven't been being honest with myself. Or like I wasn't ready to be honest with myself. But like you have Neptune to blame here. Like for some of you, you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, or you have Neptune aspecting your Venus or your Mercury. And so it can have you really be able to play out a fantasy with someone that is not completely aligned with what's occurring in reality, in one reality, I suppose we can say, like what's tangibly, physically unfolding in the 3D. You could also have a Neptune contact in your synastry with this person. So I'm not saying it be like all deliberate on your end. Like you could have not realized that you were projecting onto this person, or they could have been, if they're the person that's Neptune within your synastry contact, then you wouldn't have realized that. You just wouldn't have realized. So it's not deliberate. So don't be like, well, how could I have been lying to myself? Like, I would never do that. It's not like you were doing it on purpose. Like, shadow energy means like we're not aware of it. That's what that is. Shadow doesn't mean bad. It doesn't mean good. It doesn't mean anything like that. It means something that we're not aware of, like in the dark about. That's all that the shadow is. So it's something that we've like yet to not even realize, but yet to remember, yet to recall, yet to bring to the front of our awareness. So yeah, something like that has been playing out with you and this person, but there could have been this like part of you that was like, I kind of know that that's what's going on here, but I'm not really ready to admit that yet to myself, and so I'm still going to play it out. But it seems like something was becoming too confusing, or you were like feeling too conflicted about something, or there was just this like very unsettling feeling that was coming up, and it started to become too much. And so that's what I'm seeing really encourage you to take the time to reflect, and then immediately like you see what's going on. So it's like as soon as you are willing your consciousness into like the awareness of what's happening here, you know immediately. So you're more connected with yourself really than you think, than you imagine. Like you have everything really at your disposal, but it's about where you choose to channel your energy. Because if you're choosing to channel it into a fantasy, then it's not going to be channeled into the truth. And that's fine. Like you are the creator of your life. You are the creator of your reality. And so if you want to channel it into a fantasy, then that's what you want to do. There's nothing bad about that. There's nothing wrong about that. There's no reason why you can't do that, but it just may take you left instead of right. So that's just, it is what it is. But now I'm seeing there be like this awareness here where you're like, I was doing it again, you know. And this may be something that repeats for you. Like you may find yourself in situations with people where you get like really caught up in this fantasy, and then at some point you start feeling like, I don't know what exactly is happening. I'm seeing someone kind of like tap dancing here. Something starts happening where you're like, I need the truth. I need the truth. I just like want to know. It's like, I don't want to be in the fantasy anymore. Let me know what's happening here. And then it's like you just wake up. You wake up out of the dream, and here you are seeing everything for what it is. And now you're aware of exactly what's been going on behind the scenes. And when you really think about it, you're like realizing that maybe a dynamic was not the way that you had thought that it was. You may have thought that something was more compatible than it actually is. Like that could have been the fantasy, that something was being reciprocated when it wasn't. Not in the way that you wanted it to be or hoped for it to be. I feel like that's pretty cut and dry. I'm seeing Gemini, Virgo, and Neptune here. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.